I feel like now a lot of dancers and a lot of like artists like now understand like, oh, well, we don't have to necessarily have to have like a in-person show. What if people from all around the world want to go to it? We can provide for them a live performance via the internet.
And I guess to jump on to the next topic, I guess it's like, how do you think dance work is going to evolve post-pandemic?
It's got to get back to where it used to be. First of all, because right now the entertainment industry, especially live performers like Broadway performers, dancers, their art has been affected the most because they're based on audience, I feel. And if they're not getting a crowd or getting any audience, then their business is still going to be affected. So first, you got to fix the negative, because I see it as break even, pandemic hit, you're below the line, you're in the red. They got to get out of the red first before
start hiring entertainers,
before going into the green again.
I mean, you know what I mean? I think we don't necessarily, as artists in general, like, because we've seen like some of our contemporaries like make online shows and I don't know if they broke even or they make money off it. Like the Mob, they did an online show, and it's coming to show like we don't necessarily. When it comes to revenue, we don't necessarily need a physical space. Like, I guess that's really just it's a glorified way of brand awareness and connecting with the fans. Because we see people like Corpse Husband, who has no face, who's just a massive.
Who has a billboard in Times Square? BT Dubs. Hi.
Joke me.
Okay, who's a massive artist. Yeah. So like, I don't know. I'm just curious, like, what your guys' thoughts?
I mean, we could also like not just Corpse. You could also bring in like Dead Mouse, Marshmello. You don't know their true identities, but you know their
Daft Punk
shtick. Daft Punk. Oh,
R.I.P.
Too soon, man.
Okay.
And then there's also like, you know, with other kind of like live art forms like Broadway, like B-Rock mentioned. You can there's not all shows obviously, but like a lot of them already have like filmed performances that you can watch like either on Netflix, on Disney Plus. Hello, Hamilton, but Bingus. But like the thing is, the people getting paid for those, like anyone receiving royalties for those, are the ones that appeared in those. So what happens to this current cast of Hamilton? What happens to this current cast of Phantom? This current cast of Chicago? Like they're the ones out of work. They're the ones not getting paid for being in Hamilton. So it's, you know, and the only way for them to make money again is to be back on stage, and Broadway is still closed, and I'm sad because I want to go see Hamilton again.
I want to see it too.
That's a fair point, because those type of productions can easily put a lot of people out of work because you can just get the one cast to do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what brings back to my whole thinking of, before you could start moving forward, you got to get back. You know what I mean? To someone
somehow marry the two, like the digital and the virtual and the live in-person ones.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like even pre-COVID, dancers always had to be adaptable to anything and everything, you know? And so if we're looking at like post-pandemic, I feel like these online things are gonna stay and like probably even be like even more like used, while we're still going back to the whole like live performances and all that stuff. And I feel like now a lot of dancers and a lot of like artists like now understand like, oh, well, we don't have to necessarily have to have like a in-person show. What if people from all around the world want to go to it? We can provide for them a live performance via the internet or whatever it is. So I don't think the online stuff is going to go. I feel like it's just going to end up doing this.
If anything, it opened up a brand, to some people, a new like way of getting themselves out there, as opposed to just touring and going and doing live performances.
Like now we have this thing also on top of what we already know.
Yeah.
So,
like what Rosie said, like it's like a marriage between the two, because once the pandemic's over and once live performances come back, because live performances sell out and they're not always having
will immediately after
they'll sell out
after this. But
you could, with the new thinking of this day and age, you could sell virtual tickets as well, and add on top of the revenue that you normally make on a sold out show,
like virtual, like like live stream,
virtual seats, like virtual seats type of thing. You know what I mean? Like with dance classes too, like
NFT tickets.
Pretty much, like with dance classes, like a master class would sell out so quick because there's only a certain amount of people who could fit in the room. But at the same time, you could add a camera there, sell virtual spots as well, and you can technically reach more people that way in one setting. So that's
and maybe even like auditions, like for agencies too. Like live auditions, like, hey, you can't go to that place, but you can do a virtual audition to get an agent or something.
I mean, I know for agencies, you can still not necessarily audition, but you just submit a reel and resume and all that stuff. You can do that.
Yeah.
So
unless they require you to.
But now you can still get like those like that one-on-one interaction with the person you're auditioning for, because you could virtually be there now, and they could virtually see you live.
That's a fair point, because we had a lot of other like submissions for the I Vote Because campaign, and we really ended up prioritizing the people that were actually there. So I almost feel like if we had like a virtual audition and we can actually talk with them and see what they can do, I think that would have added a whole new. That would have made it simpler because they were there immediately. We can talk and see their interview process.
Because it wasn't enough that it wasn't enough that they were good dancers. They also had to be good on camera. They also should know how to talk on camera. Yeah, because that was the point of it. It wasn't just a dance video. It was a film where they were sharing their points of view. So it was like, so like definitely we did. Because I was the one that was getting in touch with people that were interested in auditioning, and the ones that couldn't make it somehow, or like, can I send something, blah blah. And then I told them and also I gave them a full disclosure. We're gonna prioritize people that showed up. But good luck anyway. Try it anyway. See if if the people that showed up don't look good on camera. Some of them could be the best dancer, but they start sweating when the camera turns on, and it's like, bro, you gotta chill.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, there was a lot of that. Like a lot of either they were like killer freestylers, but they were like nervous on camera, or they were okay freestyling, but they had a lot of personality. So it was a tough one, right?
Tough
Rosie?
calls were made.
Remember that audition that day when you came through?
Listen, I couldn't go.
I know you couldn't.
I couldn't
go. Because going back to it, if anything, it's shown that we had to adapt the craft and how we market ourselves. Like Eddie, our friend Eddie, he's freaking killing it on TikTok with Zumba, and he's got an OnlyFans with all Zumba content, and it's like, I know OnlyFans is his
surprise, and that's just porn.
It's not just sex work. It's like it's actually because OnlyFans prior to all that happening, it was supposed to be. It's like Patreon, because I was actually honestly looking at OnlyFans.
Damn.
As an alternate to Patreon prior to the whole connotation of the sex work. God damn it, Diego!
Might be porn purchase to find out. You never know. Thanks, Jax.
God,
your discretion is
Jax
advised.
on a follow up. I love it.
So yeah, for the chat, Diego's trolling on the chat.
Diego and Jax with the LEU.
So okay, just to read the chat real quick from Joey.
Joey's been going.
If you want to hop in this.
Yeah, Joey, get in here.
Just hop on, dude.
Me and Diego getting too comfy down here. We need a third wheel, dude.
Okay, a third.